Hi, good morning. I'm Raleigh Brown. Here we are with another curve flattening concert. I can't see which number it is. 642. And lots of folks checking in here. It's good to see you all here this morning. Keith Shaw on YouTube and Facebook. Michael Anthony Wood in Southwest Oklahoma. Slim Edelman in Tucson. Warren Bendler in South Euclid, Ohio with Janelle. Bob McKenna in Chelsea, maybe, in New York, and Rhonda Scott Merrick in the Chicago area, Ann Mintz in Mount Airy, Philadelphia, and Rich Fowler in Michigan, Michael Tierson in Haddon Township, did I get that right? Charlie Bryant in the People's Republic of Montgomery County, Maryland, and Debbie Moore up in Maine, and Dave Van Allen here in the Doylestown area. Steve Davidson on Scottforth Road, and a bloke in England. John Hubner in Lima, Ohio. John Sprouse somewhere around here in Bucks County or Montgomery County. And Helene Toberfowler also in Michigan. Donna Greenberg in Center City, Philadelphia. David Arthur Radcliffe in the UK. And Cliff Wagner is listening with Ann Mintz. I'm going to see them both today, because it's Lobster Roll Day at Washington House, right in Sellersville here. Marlene Burke is here and says she's early. Well, good. And Carol Pratt is here from Mentor, Ohio. And Carol Pratt said, did anyone else hear echoes of Angie in the Paul Simon documentary? His that theme that he pervades his 7 Psalms that goes here. You know that comes from Angie, and you know Paul Simon learned Angie from the guys in Britain when he was over there, and he recorded it on an early Simon and Garfunkel album. So, but I digress. So Carol Pratt, Deb Leby Clark, Aretta Wauk and Ron, Michael Miller in North Carolina, Keith Shaw again, and Mike Stillman out there in Joshua Tree. And we should get to work here. Here is a clinking for you with the Ann Mintz Memorial Clinkophonic mug. I clink you in good fellowship and all that. Just move this mic. Hope that doesn't make too much noise. Just want to get everything straight here. And then there is the obligatory Charlie the dog picture taken just moments ago. Charlie is he looks like he's in one of those liquor ads when it said, I don't drink all the time, but when I do, it's... Anyhow, there's Charlie for you today. He's actually, I'm going to get rid of that picture so I can point. He's actually right here. And like that. So starting out today with Blue Bossa. And Blue Bossa is a tricky tune for me. It's normally done in the key of C minor, which isn't a real friendly guitar key. So I started messing with it in other keys. And I moved it down to B minor. And it works pretty well there, and that's where we're going to do it today. Hillary Chapman, welcome aboard on YouTube. and I knew that name was familiar and studied with Raleigh in the 80s. Well, good to see you here, Hillary. And here we go. Blue Bossa, I think David Arthur Radcliffe requested that, and of course Rhonda always likes to hear a samba or something like that. Or a bossa nova, one of those things. And Bob Cooper is here. Good to see you, Bob, and Donna Greenberg, and Eben Atwater, and Donna Bergman, and Audrey Bernheimer. Good to see all you guys here this morning. So we're celebrating the birthdays of two towering people in my life today. One of them is Bob Dylan, so I'll do you a Bob Dylan song. And the other one is Ann Mintz. And of course, in the public eye, they may not occupy the same level of importance, but in my eye, they do. So this is a Bob Dylan song. And a lot of the requests today were for instrumentals, and so I'm only singing a couple, which is good because I had a endoscopy a few days ago, and my voice is still a little bit scratchy from it. So I'm only singing two songs. They're both Bob Dylan songs, and we'll space them out over the course of all these instrumentals today. So this one I know from way back, and I always love singing. Well, perhaps it's the color of the sun cut flat and covering these crossroads I'm standing at, Or maybe it's the weather or something like that. But Mama, you've been on my mind. Now I don't mean trouble, please don't put me down or get upset. I am not pleading or saying that I can't forget you. I do not walk the floor, bowed down and bent, but yeah, Mama, you're just on my mind. And although my mind may narrow and my vision may be narrow, let's read that up a little. But where you've been don't bother me. Bring me down in sorrow. Hey, I don't even care who you'll be waking with tomorrow. Mama, you're just on my mind. And I'm not asking you to say words like yes and no. Please understand me. I got no place for you to go. I'm just whispering to myself, pretending not that I don't know. But Mama, you've been on my mind. Now when you wake up in the morning, Mama, look inside your mirror. Oh, you know I won't be next to you. You know I won't be near. I'd just be curious to know if you could see yourself as clear. Someone who has had you on his mind. Mama, You've Been on My Mind by Bob Dylan, the birthday boy. So next up is, and now for something completely different. This is a TV theme from the old Morse Mysteries on PBS. And I always forget the full name of the guy, Barraclough something. One of you guys will remember, who I think he passed away a few years ago, but he wrote this theme, and he wrote some other wonderful themes too. Anyhow, this is the theme from Morse. So the theme from Morse, and I think Rhonda got it here. It's I always get the name totally wrong. Falong Barrington. Is that it, or is it Barrington Falong? One or the other. Anyhow, I see Linda Worcester is here, and Lori Payne is here on YouTube, probably also on Facebook, but she's invisible. And Barrington Falong, Audrey says also. I guess that's it. And Bunny Barnes is here. Hi, Bunny. And she got a new car, but stress continues. Stress always continues, Bunny, for all of us. Want me to show you my bullseye rash from my tick bite 2.5 weeks ago? And not to diminish your stress. I know it's not good. And Burns Bookman is here from Germany, and Kate Petrella from Florida. Great to see all you guys here. So it's announcement time. There are invisibles who may or may not be here. They may or may not include Kit Serikaku and Judith Fox, and of course Lori Payne is here, so she's not exactly invisible, and Joel Biget and Mario Prue and George Young, and there may be others. Anybody who I don't see, I apologize, and I say hi to one and all. Also, there is, as always, a link right there by my left index finger for PayPal or Venmo if you'd like to donate a little something to the cause. Charlie and I both appreciate it if you do, but it's never expected or required. We see Tom Dietz is here, and Jeff Hildreth from Southern Oregon. Cool. And so gigs coming up. I will be in Ohio on June 6th, Thursday night at 5 p.m. with Alex Bevan and Jim Ballard. And we will do a songwriter night, which should be a lot of fun. There will be a special guest there with us, I'm told. It's not Bob Dylan. Don't get excited. So he's off celebrating his birthday somewhere. And then from there, I will go down to Maryville, Tennessee, and be at Steve Kaufman's acoustic camp for a week from the 8th to the 15th. And flatpick.com, FLATPIK, no C in that flatpick. And then I will come back. I'll be here for a while. Of course, there will be some weeks when I don't do concerts here, and I will miss you all, but that's the way it goes when you try to live one's life. And then in July, I will be at Sam W., Summer Acoustic Music Week in New Hampshire. You can find that at WUMB, that's UMass Boston, in .org, WUMB.org. And I'll be at week 1 if you want to sign up and come up and hang out with me for a week and eat questionable food, sleep in kind of lousy accommodations, but meet some of the nicest, most fun people in the world. So that's always a choice. And I think that's all my announcements. Charlie the dog is being a pretty good dog, and that's always good. Doesn't always happen, but he tries really hard. And I am on now. I don't know who's on Monday. Somebody will post whoever they want to post. Tuesday, Cozy is on the road, so she will not be on for the next few weeks. Cozy Sheridan and Charlie Koch. And you can catch them out west if you're near Moab, and they might be doing some other concerts around the west or the southwest. I'm not sure. And like that. And then I will be back on Wednesday for a 3 o'clock show. Heavens willing. Okay, so next up, the other towering figure in my life, Ann Mintz. I met Ann at Clark Park in West Philadelphia it must have been July or August of 1980. So that's 44 years ago. And she was one of the progenitors of the Cherry Tree Folk Music Club. And I met her in the park because there was a Clark Park Festival. And our friendship was forged slowly but surely over the course of a year or two. And then we've been really good friends ever since. So probably only 42 of those 44 years were we like really close friends. So when I wrote this song, I wrote, it was originally entitled Salvo y Pepe, who are two fictional detectives. And but Anne liked it so much that I changed the name to Salvo and Ann Mintz. And it's still one of my favorite instrumentals that I've written too. So Salvo and Ann Mintz. So happy birthday to Anne. So happy birthday, Anne, and that's your song, you and Salvo Montalbano. So I see other folks may have dropped by. Kate Mack is here, and I think I said hi to Michael Miller already. And you're welcome, Anne. And Linda Worcester, I think I said hi to. I think I got most of you. So next up is another Bob Dylan song, one of my favorites. And kind of, I think of it as kind of one of his unsung great songs. Like not many people cover this. It was on an album called New Morning. I'm going to do a little tuning here. And that's a really beautiful album. Apparently it was written, the songs on it were written for something which was supposed to become a movie of some kind, and then never came to fruition. And there's a bunch of lovely songs on it. This is one of them. I went to see the Gypsy, staying in a big hotel. He smiled when he saw me coming. He said, well, well, well. His room was dark and crowded. The lights were low and dim. How are you? He said to me. I said it back to him. I went out to the lobby to make a small call out. A pretty dancing girl was there, and she began to shout, go on back to see the Gypsy. He will move you from the rear, drive you from your fear, bring you through the mirror. He did it in Las Vegas, he can do it here. Outside the lights were shining on the river of tears. I watched them in the distance with the music in my ear. I went back to see the Gypsy. It was nearly early dawn. Well, the Gypsy's door was open wide, but the Gypsy was gone. And that pretty dancing girl, she could not be found. So I watched the sun come rising from a little Minnesota town. From a little Minnesota town. I went to see the Gypsy by the birthday boy himself, Bob Dylan. You might be, I don't know if you can hear every so often, Charlie lets out a big, huge, bored-sounding sigh. He goes, like, this is the worst part of the day. We're not going to the park yet. So I have one more for you here, and this was a request, I think from Helene Tober Fowler. She often asks for Hoagy Carmichael songs, and I went through my list of Hoagy Carmichael songs that I know. And I chose this one. Let me see if I'm missing anybody here. I think I said hi to most of you. Yep. So, So be happy and be healthy, be brave, be calm, be kind. It's a snap. And if you get cranky, take a nap. Have a great first half of the week. Hope to see you on Wednesday, if not before.